Hello. Thank you so much for watching this live stream, whether you're watching it live or whether you're not. I'm just happy you're on. And my name is Yannick Mador. And if you don't know me, I'm an executive coach. And for the past 10 years, I have been traveling around the United States helping business owners get there together. No, actually, well, I have been doing that, but actually, I have been helping entrepreneurs transform their mindset and empower their teams, which has helped them to actually hit their goals. Okay. And they call me and they're like, Yannick, I don't know why my team, they're not hitting their goals, they're not hitting their metrics. I don't know what to do. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I'm like, look, honey, I got you. Okay. And whether you are a business owner, like my typical client, an entrepreneur that leads a team of at least 10 people or more, if you got five, maybe we can work with you, but you may need to just get some more things going. Or, if you listen to my live streams and my teachings long enough, you probably will be someone who leads an organization of 10 people or more. If that's what you desire to do. And today, what I'm going to talk about is how to get what you want, because I know every time someone hires me, every time someone walks into an office, every time someone applies for a position, every time someone joins an organization, there's something that they're looking to get from that. And that's okay, because I don't believe in doing anything that does not have spoils. Okay. I do not fight battles that don't have spoils. And I expect and suspect that you guys do not either. So today, what I'm going to do is go over, I believe, about 9 points that's going to help you to get where you want to go and to get there faster. Okay. And I hope you apply these to your life and that you find a lot of success in all of your endeavors. So the first one, you have to know what you want. Now, this may seem like, well, of course, I have a goal. I know what I want, but I have walked into the offices of thousandaires, 100,000aires, millionaires, not quite a billionaire yet. And I have found that oftentimes people don't know exactly what they want. They kind of know what they want, but your vision and your goals should always be like a GPS. Okay. And I don't want, your GPS to give me like those around the way backwoods directions, like you're going to pass by three trees, it's going to be a truck at the end of the corner, and there's going to be a man next to that truck named Leroy, and hopefully he's there today because sometimes he takes off on Wednesdays. No, I want it to be like, okay, get here, turn right, turn left, go this place, go that place. And how you can tell that most people don't know what they want is just ask them what they want to eat and sit there and wait. Or, just in normal life, ask someone who's not married or, single, but they want to be in a relationship. Okay, what are you looking for? And typically they describe someone that is like Mr. or Mrs. Claus. Just, I want them to bring me lots of gifts and to like me and love me for who I am. And that's just about it. And you can tell that they don't really know what they want or who they want, because you can probably name five people around them that already match that criteria. And they're like, not that one. So you know what you don't want, but you've never actually determined what it is that you do want. Okay. And so what you need to do if you want to get what you want is know what it is. All right. Know what your vision is. Now, there's a difference between a vision and a dream. A dream is what you see while you're asleep. Okay. A vision is what you see while you're awake, what you see in your mind while you're awake. And as I'm going through life, as I'm running a business, as I am working with people, there's often times where I can see something in my mind, whether it's in that person or in this opportunity or where I want to be. And what I see drives the decisions that I'm going to make. But the first step to driving the decisions is seeing something. You got to see something, okay? So if you don't know what you want, I have a course online. It's called Cultivating Vision and Strategy, okay? It's at a nominal cost, and all you have to do is sit down for a few hours, take the course, and you're going to know what you want. And you get lifetime access with it to where, maybe your vision changes. You can take it now, you can take it in 2025, you can take it whenever, and you still have the information. So first thing is you got to know what you want. Now, after you know what you want, step 2 to getting what you want is you have to be willing to stalk what you want. This may sound crazy, okay? But when you really want something, you stalk it. And think about a stalker. I'm not telling you to stalk, okay? You stalk your dreams. You don't stalk people, Okay. If they don't want you, they don't want you, but your dreams do want you. You just have to chase after them. Okay. Your vision wants you. So, what I mean by that is if you take someone that's stalking, they're willing to do whatever is necessary to get in proximity of the goal. First they may start writing you letters, right? They're writing you 1,000 letters. This is water, by the way. The next thing that they may do is sending you text messages, right? And then they go online on your account and they like everything that you post and they comment on everything that you post and just waiting and pursuing and pursuing and pursuing until they finally have the chance with you. Okay. That's what we have to do with our vision and our goals. And the reason I say that is often I find that people are doing the right things. They have the right goal, but they're not working at the right intensity level to see success. So they're doing it, they're doing it, but the intensity is just not there. Or the intensity for them to see the results that they desire just aren't equal. There's a different intensity of working out if you say you want a six pack, okay, than just working out to look good. All right, those are two different intensity levels. Now, we accept both forms of exercise, but not if you want to be a bodybuilder. Does that make sense? Same exercise is different intensity level. Number 3, you have to find an opportunity. So a lot of times people think the vision is the opportunity itself, but really the opportunity is the vehicle. Okay. So what you see in your mind is this is what the end result is going to be. This is where I'm going to live. This is what my family's going to be like. This is what my money's going to be like. This is where I'm going to be spiritually. I'm going to be like, oh, I love you, Lord. I'm going to do this. All of these different things that you see. And then you have to ask yourself, what's the vehicle to get there? And that vehicle is opportunity. Now, opportunity always presents itself in some sort of challenge. And these opportunities are going to be challenges that you're going to solve, right? And I'm going to put it out there. You're going to be the person to solve this challenge. You, because if you saw it as an opportunity, you saw the challenges, that means that you most likely have what it takes to fix it, or you can gather around the people to kind of think about and create some sort of connection to fix that problem. Okay. So what this does not mean is that you're just looking for an easy way out. Okay. You're looking for the challenge, you're solving the challenge. Okay. And you're looking at what's missing in this environment, what's missing in my community, what's missing within this social group, what's missing in this country, what's missing in this state, what's missing within this company, what is missing. And once you figure out what's missing, you decide that you're going to be the person to fix it. Does that make sense? You make that decision. So find the opportunity, fix the challenge, and do what you need to do. The next thing is ask yourself how you can align your gifts to solve said challenge. How can you align your gifts? What do you have? What do you have that can smooth out that scenario? What do you have to contribute towards that problem? And once you know what you have, throw it at it. Throw it at it and don't hold back. Throw it at it and don't hold back. Okay. Now, this is for leaders. One sign of your leadership and that can inform your leadership will be whether or not people hold back their gifts. And one sign that you've unlocked leadership and that people trust you is the fact that they will not hold back their gifts. They're willing to throw their gifts at the challenge that is presented. Okay. So find that. Number 4, don't be lazy. Don't treat your goals like the food you bought and put in the refrigerator and never cooked. You just leave it there until it rots and smells, and then you just get another thing, and you just go through that cycle until you just really went to the restaurant. Or if you're not going to cook, just don't buy groceries. Just go to the restaurant, right? And be honest with yourself about it. But we often do that with our dreams, to where I find that people will do everything and they will gather materials and they'll gather the right people and they'll do the research and they'll start the business and they'll open the business and they get the loan or they get the investment and they do all of those things. And then They kick their feet up. I don't know why. Why do we do this? Why, Lord? Why do we do this? I don't know, but we do. Okay. So don't waste your gifts and don't waste your time. Don't get into the race and decide not to run. And if you're going to relax, make it worth it. Make it worth it. Number 4, commit to serving wherever you are with whomever is there. Okay. And there's always, this is what I love about serving. There's always something to learn in the process. Always, 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 always. And the reason being is when you serve, you take yourself from wherever you think you are and you kind of bring yourself down to like base level. But base level is where all the opportunity is presented. It's not until you walk into the community that you know what it needs. And you talk to people and you figure out what's missing and what they want and what they desire. You know, it's not until you are kind of like ground level in a company or you are working with the people that are ground level that you figure out why things aren't working. Sometimes I meet with really great executives that they have the best intentions of fixing problems within their companies. They're just speaking to the wrong people. And so what I like to do is I like to talk to the person that was most recently hired, like the person who started a week ago, and interview them. And typically that person will let me know where there are holes in the game that have often missed the CEO, the executives, the directors, the upper level management, all of those people, because they haven't gotten down to the ground level in a long, long, long time. Okay. So commit yourself to serving. Serve the people that work for you. Serve your clients, serve your customers, serve your community. And that's going to create greater opportunity because you're going to know the challenge and then you're going to fix it. And you're going to throw your gifts and your resources at it to make sure that it gets fixed. Number 5, spend enough time planning. I find highly successful leaders are typically visionaries. Okay. And if you're like me, because I am one of those people too, I'm like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. And there are times where I can see something so clearly that I can literally taste it. And I can taste it and it seems so close to where I am, although because of a lack of planning, it's actually very, very far away. All right. So take the time once you have the vision to really plan and count the cost. What is it going to take you? What are you going to need? Who are you going to need? How is it going to be done? Who's your target market? What's this? And just organize your time. And really what planning does is it makes space for greatness. You create some room for greatness. And without that planning, life is just so cluttered. Your business is so cluttered. You know, you've taken on all these projects that are taking up space that they're not even bringing in any money, but you're doing all of these things that there's no space for this new vision, this new baby, this new thing that you guys need to do, the thing that is like, you know, forward with the times and, you know, all of those things. Because you haven't made space for it. You haven't planned. Number 6, find the right people for the role and for the job, the position to support you, and not the right person for your ego. This one's very plain, but it happens all the time. We tend to want to be around people that we like. But remember, we're creating vehicles, right? Vehicles, these opportunities. And we need people who can drive these vehicles, okay? Now, I have some good friends, but I'm not letting all of them drive my car because some of them can't drive. Okay. And the nicer the vehicle, the more particular you have to be about who you allow to drive this vehicle. Because say they're used to driving a 19 whatever car, okay? You can't just throw them behind a Rolls Royce. Because guess what? When I'm in my old truck, okay, I can hit curbs and do whatever. That's why I keep that car. Whenever I'm feeling a little full of rage, I can hit the curb and do whatever I want. And know that if I broke something, I broke something on a $200 car. Hopefully it's worth more than $200, but that's what I think it's worth now. That's about how much I have to pay to fix it every time. So what I'm saying is find the right person for the role, not just the person that makes you feel good. Okay. Because think about it. If you have something that you really love, you will not let someone sweet talk that out of your hands. And sometimes the person that's sweet talking is your ego. And so, um, and that's why I say if you're in a position of leadership and you find that people are constantly flattering you, they're trying to overcompensate for something. Okay. Number seven, just have integrity and keep your character. Have great character because you're going to need it. And yes, you will see people thrive that have terrible character. And all I'm going to say is the longer they go in that position, the bigger and harder the fall is going to be. You just have to be willing to wait long enough to watch it. But that does not mean that you leader of integrity, you moral and ethical and transformational leader, does not mean that you are going to be the person to do it. You're actually the person that says, no, we do not do that. And you're going to encourage other people to be that person as well. Okay. So keep your character and just wait for it. And just remember, people's memory, like it's really short for the things that you do well, but it's very long and thorough and great for everything that you do wrong. So you do something really well for someone, you do a favor for them, they forget almost as soon as you did it. You do something wrong to them, they will die. Okay, and still have that on their mind, even if you did 1,000 other things that were really, really great. The last one, oh, this is not the last one, that was a lie. Make sure that you balance your life, okay? And one of the things that I've noticed that we as human beings, and especially as leaders, do is that we will exchange, even though we did this thing, hopefully, for the people that we love, and it's an act of love, okay? We will exchange what we love for something that we like, okay? Like, I really like this vehicle that I'm driving and the business and the opportunity. I like my clients, but I love my family, and I'm not willing to exchange the success of my clients for the love of my family. Okay. We got to find some balance in here. I love you enough to make sure you're doing well in what you're doing at the point in which we've set boundaries. But once it starts to flow into other sides of that, then we have some issues. And that's called balance. Okay. So one of the ways that I help to balance things out is I try to be, and this is also something I need to get back into. So let me say that I am getting back into now that I'm done with my sabbatical, being 100% where I am at that moment. Okay. So if I'm at the office doing whatever, I need to be 100% there. If I'm at home, I'm doing this. If I'm with my family, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm there, what have you. Okay. And that helps to create balance because people really want to see quality of time versus quantity of time, and you could send a little donation for that just because I know that's going to help you. All right. So make sure that you keep that balance. And one way of checking is asking yourself, am I exchanging the things that I love for this? Right? The things that I love that are really important to me, because it's the people that are really important to you, the relationships, the all of those things, right? Those are going to be what takes care of you when times are hard. I love my clients, but they're not going to show up to my sick bed. And if you do, I'm going to think it's really weird. Like, don't stalk me, okay? Let my husband hold my hand or mama or somebody, okay? So keep that, right? Don't neglect the people that just continue to build you up. Number 9, accept negative feedback and use it to sharpen your game. Let me tell you, I love the people who tell me, "Oh, you're so great, you're so great, you're so great." What I really love is the people who tell me, "Your stuff kind of stink a little bit." Why? Because those are the people who are sharpening me and making me have to take my game to another level. Even if it's me kicking and screaming my way through it, I just do it. I get it done. Okay. And you've got to be willing to the same. So I'll give you an example of this. If I want to help a company transform, one of the first things that I do, other than talking to the newest hired people, right? The new hires, the new people, right? Is I like to look at their Glassdoor. Now I know every review on Glassdoor is not true, but most of them have at least a hint of truth, right? A hint. Or I ask myself, what system is missing that allow for that to even be a perception? What even gave them this much of a centimeter or an inch to be able to slide that in or even allow for them to think in that way? And yes, there are some people that are just crazy. There are. Those people exist, right? I'm sorry, not crazy. There are some people that live in a perpetual state of delusion. All right. And yes, they exist. But what I want to do is ask myself, A, how did they get in here? And B, what is it about my practices and the way that we're practicing that allow for that to happen? So you want to accept negative feedback. If you have a restaurant, someone complains about the food quality. Okay. Well, one, was bad on that particular hour? If so, who was there? But secondly, all right, well, maybe it wasn't bad, but maybe they had a higher standard. And let me see what they thought the standard should have been and how can we meet that? If it could be met, how could it be met? Is it possible? Is that something that a lot of my customers are thinking but not saying? You know, because for every person that complains about something, there's probably 10 other people, or for some of you guys who run huge companies, hundreds of other people that said that. Or if you have one friend that says, you can be selfish. Maybe all of your friends were thinking that, or the majority of them, but they just never said anything. Okay. So just think about that. And what I like to do is I like to praise the person who had the courage to speak up about it. Because I can learn from that. Now, ideally, I would love for you to just tell me to my face and not write a review about it, but that's how it is. And so I really want you guys to take these 9 things and just write out some action items. How could you better stalk your goals? I want you to stalk your goals like you stalk that person online, like you stalk their profile. The same way you guys know everybody else's business, I need you to know your business just as well. Okay. How can you find that new challenge? How can you throw your gifts at that challenge? Once you throw your gifts at it, or before you throw your gifts at it, how can you organize and plan for that? How can you take your work ethic to the next level? And most importantly, how can you serve everyone that's involved? And remember, that level that you work at when you're serving is where you get your information. That is where you find opportunities because you're hearing it straight from the mouth of the people. Okay. You're hearing it straight from the people, raw, what have you. It's also a success secret. If you want to go into a community and say, how can I thrive in this community? Walk around and ask people what they need. Hey, what do you feel like is missing here? If you keep hearing the same things over and over again, or you throw an idea out and they're like, man, that would be awesome, you're probably onto something. If you're throwing out and they're like, then you're either in the wrong community or you've perceived the challenge that they don't perceive. And if they don't perceive that as a challenge, then they're most likely not going to do it. So thank you so much for trusting me with 22 minutes and currently 55 seconds of your time. And I hope that you take this and you're able to apply it to your life and your business and so that you can thrive. And again, my name is Yanique Medor, and I help organizational leaders grow. I help them hit their goals by expanding and transforming their mindset and unleashing and untapping the potential of their team, because anywhere you're going, you can't go alone. It's not safe out here. Love you guys. Bye.